I had someone say that I spend a lot of time on my channel talking about products and things to buy and not as much focus on music. But let's see, I drop 2 albums a year with music, and on my channel, typically the things that you see me showing you are what I'm doing in my own personal music. So I'm not sure where that person or what that person's, situation is. So I don't want to comment on that, but I'll say the stuff you see on my channel is exactly what I'm using to make music. The Launch Key MK4, so that's my keyboard I use to play my sounds. The Zoom L6 has become my new interface / mixer. The stuff that I talk about, Tom Wolf, is presets and pigments, and Omnisphere. Those are what I'm using to make the music that I do to make my cinematic soundscapes. When I'm recording stuff for the iPad, you'll see me most of the time record in some samples or do something to that nature. Again, I use Koala, I use pigments, I use these things that I'm talking about. Now, do everyone need to go buy them? Absolutely not. You don't need to go buy them. Right now I'm changing the scale. I'm going to play in Dorian. You don't need to go buy these things, but I show them to you because if you like my music or have ever heard my music, then you know exactly how I'm making it. So that's the whole point of it. It's not a flex. It's not to say you need to go get it. It's just saying that this is what I use. If you like it, then you know how I got there. And you'll know what you need to do. If you are a sample-based producer, some of this stuff may not matter to you, right? Because you don't play. You're just chopping samples and you're putting them in a sequenced order that you like. And that's how you create your music. And I do that too sometimes. But most of the time, I'm playing my songs because that's what I like to do. So if you come to my channel and you want to see what I do, then there you go. So right now I'm looking for something to start with, whether it's keys. And I'm coming up with something that I like to start with. So with this particular one, I'm going to use Harmony Bloom because I like the randomness that it'll give me. I don't want to make something that sounds super robotic. So we're going to match the Dorian in here with the root note of, what am I using? D sharp. Cool. Or E flat. Pick some random presets, lock that in. It's going to be locked in with the playhead too. And then we'll do this. I like to change the length here sometimes and maybe up the note duration. This is so that all the notes don't play at once. It'll randomly select some notes, randomizes which ones are active or inactive. Go back to 12. so we'll start with that one. Then what I'm gonna do is lock it in. That way I have it. Now I can switch it up and try something different. Maybe I want to try, let's see. I want something too busy. These are very busy. Let's see what this one sounds like. I like it already. I'm gonna lock that in. Switch it up again. I like that one. Too busy. Okay, so I'm picking presets. I have what, 8 that I can do? 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. I'm only gonna do this many that I have, but now I can jump through the presets. So if I want to start with this one and go back and then do a build up to get there. So we'll minimize harmony bloom just for a second, bring it back up because we need to switch. And then this is how I'm gonna start building the track. Now I gotta pick the tempo. I have it at 120, which is what it was playing at. But I wanted to go a little bit slower. So I'm gonna go for, let's do something like 86. I don't know, just picking something. All right, here we go. So to record this in, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit record and it'll start. And I'm picking random times to switch. So it may not be right on this number or that number. And that's the key to making it sound a little more variety instead of it being so perfect. That was a bad switch. So I'm gonna stop it. And I like to just do it over, personally. So if you're gonna switch these two, we gotta make our timing a little better. Could put the metronome. Not. I'm gonna switch a little bit before. I like that little air in between. All right, cool. So there we go. So that's kind of a start. Now, if I like parts and want to move parts around, I could do that. I just accidentally deleted it, but move this keyboard over. So it gives me some ideas of parts that could work together. Now I bypassed this one, so you don't have to worry about this one going off. So depending on what direction I want to go, I could start doing the chords. I could try to do drums if that's what I want to do. Thinking about grabbing the MIDI freak and see what I can come with out of there. I'm gonna use capture MIDI because I use that feature probably more often than not when I'm just playing and finding stuff. Let me see here. See where it starts. So it'll start right there. So this is literally just me playing in as I would probably do when I'm building a track. Really simple, nothing complex. I don't mind the space in between things because it gives the listener rather more time to think, meditate on what they're hearing, so it's not just so constant, steady stuff going on to where your brain can't process what's going on or even reflect on what's going on. So let's see what else is in the mini freak. That might be something. There's a designer in here that I actually really like. Let me see. I thought I saw his name. No, Victor. There he is. Clem Constantine. I use a lot of his stuff in Ableton that he has. Oops, I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab, okay, so free plugin, and yes, I will continue to tell you when I know something is free. Supermassive. I'm going to put Supermassive over this one. You can buy presets if you want, or you can just use what's in there or create your own, whichever works for you. I'm going to try some of these presets from Tom Wolf. Because I think it will enhance the preset. Maybe turn the mix down a little bit on that. I like that. Let's move that up. let's do something different to make some music. I think I have them on here. Yeah, there they are. The preset bundle of MIDI. All right, so I'm gonna grab some drums, and I'm gonna use. I have the handy drums, but you can use whatever drums you have if you're making music. I'm gonna use a retro kit, and let's go in here and set this up. All right, cool. Just make some music. See, most people that's making music are just on YouTube, are just making a song, and you hear it or you see it playing, and you never see them build or teach you any techniques of how to do anything. I'm at least doing my utmost to show you what I'm doing, walking you step by step on most stuff. So anybody that don't like that, then yeah, this ain't for you. But I think it's fun. Whether you have these tools or not, use what tools you have. But I think I've pretty much been giving most people what they need as far as being able to create. All right, so we're gonna use those drums. Get back to the music. And I'm gonna see MIDI loops. Let's see if we put some type of MIDI loop in here. Wow. Something different. All right, so we'll do like a little fill in between this. Let's see what that sounds like. These are okay. Let's see. What's this? Yeah, I like that a little bit better already. So it doesn't get too repetitive, but it still is. Also, another thing I like to do that I know people don't always like to do is to show their mistakes. So when I make a mistake, you're going to see it. And I want you to see it because the mistakes is what help you get better. And you're going to make them. We have these markers up here. Delete that. Not sure why that's happening. notes are created from where are they from? Yurt Rock. They sell MIDI loops that you can get, and if you're not a drummer, like I'm not a drummer, I can do some simple drum stuff. These can be fun, but you don't have to get these specifically. Just get some MIDI drum parts that you have. Put your own drums in, or in like in Ableton, you can just right click on a track that's an audio track of a drum sample you like or a drum break, and then you can convert it to drums, and then it'll give you the MIDI. Then you take that MIDI, and that's cheaper than trying to go find or buy some MIDI part pieces or whatever. I'm gonna scoot this over this way. I really like those hats more than anything. Why am I not hearing the kick? Let's see, hold on. It's like it knocked the first kick out. Should be there. Alright, let's try it. They did it on all of them. It's funny. I'm gonna put that in at least. At least on these ones, so we know it's coming. Now you can build this type of stuff if you got the patience to do it. If you have the patience to do it, you can actually build this stuff in here, and you go here and use their rhythm. Click on one and then start adjusting. It'll give you some random patterns if you need help building. I feel like this note is not happening. So let's try it again. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's sick. If you feel like some of these notes, you want them to be in some perfect order, you can go in and quantize this stuff if you really want to do that. I'm okay with it sounding a little off. For some reason, I like that. Believer in the mix as you go type thing, so really up to you how you want to do it, but I'm about the mix as you go, because I don't write things down, so I'll forget later, like, what did I want to do with that thing? So anyway, just something to think about. Combining these together when I highlight them, I'll hit Command J and then combine them. This is on the Mac, so wow. So now I'll go and maybe play the bass line through, or sometimes I'll leave the bass out, depending on what I want to do. But again, making music is personal to me. So I share what I share with you, and some things you may see me do or not see me do. I don't do everything exactly the same way another person does it. That's what's unique about music, is it's its own language. We all have little quirks and things that we do differently and say differently. And that's what's the beauty of it, is you can pick up little bits and pieces from each person and then build your own way of being. We're all influenced by somebody or someone, whether it's our parents, um, children. Sometimes it's the parents, sometimes grandparents, sometimes it's even with music. It's your influences, maybe your peers that you hang around, whatever the case may be. Just make music, have fun. Look at what other people do, learn from it, but don't let that become the only way that you can function and make music. Just make music that sounds good to you. And you don't have to copy me, just copy take parts that I do and make it your own and start building your own music, and you never know where you get to. So this is just one example of creating some music. Since people sometimes think that obviously I talk about products too much, but as you can see, it takes different products and parts to make music. Even when you're sampling, you have to go out and collect them. So it's not like it's just, you're never going to talk about the samples that you get, or you're never going to talk about the drums that you use. People use different things for different reasons. All right. But all of this can be done on iOS. It can be done on the computer. It can be done in devices. Some are easier than others. Find out what works for you and make music, and watch videos and learn what you can and take what you can from them. Sometimes somebody purchases something, tells you about it, and then you're like, well, that's not what I'm looking for. Cool. So then you don't have to go buy it. It saved you the time and the energy. It's the whole idea of people experiencing something and then telling you what their experience is from it. All right. Hope all is well. I'm going to do a live at some point soon when I get a little more time. This month has been really busy. But until the next one, I'm out.